finally realized that he got used again.
Can I tell you guys something? Now that I look back on it, I really, really wish I never got into like politics. Now that I look back at it, it's like, damn, like so many people just tie me to it, and now it's just like no matter what, they don't even get to know who I am because they don't like even want to. Oh, you did this shit with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really, really understand other people's side. And as I'm getting older, I'm just like seeing like I just don't think I'll ever
great. I'm gonna give it a buck
again for any other politician ever in the future.
I'm gonna give it a buck, bro. Yeah, that was you got used for sure. I don't think niggas understand. Trump be using niggas, gang. You support the nigga enough, you dick ride the nigga enough, he gonna show you love so that you just spread his message even more. And he just gonna keep getting richer. Like, Trump just a money man, bro. He do what he gotta do to make that money. Facts, bro. He do whatever he gotta do to make that money and ensure his comfort. And you niggas fall for the easiest manipulation tactics. What makes you think you and Trump would actually be friends, gang? Come on, bro. Look at this nigga. He don't even look real. Why would you want to have friends?
Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, humans. We're all humans, you know?
This is such a crazy statement, and people are not talking about this enough. During last year's election and overall political cycle, influencers were used heavily in order to endorse different politicians in order to get their narratives out there to a younger, more impressionable, and honestly, less studied audience. Whether it be Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, the Nelk Boys, or now Adin Ross, people's influence was getting used and honestly exploited in order to get their messages out to the masses. Now, the tricky thing about the types like Adin Ross is that he does not understand the level of influence that he has. He constantly promotes these people and puts them in different positions to his audience, and then when the thing no longer suits him, then he abandons them wholeheartedly. He'll go super hard on this thing for months and months and months, you know, pushing this in his life, pushing this on his audience who is young and impressionable, and then later on, he'll just drop it like it's a bad habit. Kind of like that Toy Story meme that I don't want to play with you anymore. And overall, that's fine and dandy. He's rich, he can move on to
this
the
should
next
be getting
thing.
crazy, bro. Get crazy.
Finances and opportunity to just pivot out of it. But for the young and impressionable audience, they are left with the damages done by somebody that they look up to heavy.
I love watching the culture go to spiral. You made your move. You put your flag in the sand. Now you facing all the backlash. Now you want to backpedal. Nah, stay with your man. Don't let a rich kid fool you. All he gives a about his money. You know what it is? He's losing the black dollar. He's losing the black fan. All these companies, everybody knows how important the black dollar is. No matter how much shit they talk on us, they know how important the black dollar is.
I'm getting political,
how important the black vote is. Whatever you want to, any field, the black blank, put it in there, it's important, it matters, okay? But what he's doing is, he's backpedaling, realizing maybe the subs ain't what they used to be, or the influencers are what they used to be, or too many people are
shout out my black people though.
This, that, and the third, my manager had these racist remarks. I'm not cool with Kai no more. I'm not cool with Speed no more. Yeah, that black impact get weird, right?
Seeing as to how he's one of the biggest streamers in the world.
That nigga was spin though.
Streaming and content creation is
that boy was spin though.
In the mainstream industry. It would make a lot of sense for Donald Trump and other politicians to be looking at the likes of Adin Ross to go onto their platforms in order to spread their message. Now, this is no small feat. On one side, it puts legitimacy behind the content creator and the content creator economy as a whole, saying that, hey, we are here, we are taking over new media, we are something to actually be respected and talked about.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
From the content creator's perspective.
Personally, I don't like when content creators like, okay, it's one thing to have your political beliefs, but it's like going on a whole platform and like bringing somebody else onto your platform. Like when you bridge that gap between a streamer and a something else, or like a Trump, like a streamer and a Trump, or a streamer and a Kamala Harris, once you bridge that gap, that's not something you could come back from. So there has to be a decision you really want to make. Like Adin, in my opinion, I think he was just doing it because he thought it was cool. He was like, oh, like I believe in this. Okay, like for me, let me give him this space. Let me give him this spot for him to, you know what I'm saying, really push this agenda. You feel me? I'm gonna have my thoughts, you know, and all that be heard and all this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, that is something you cannot come back from. So don't do it if you're not truly like that. That's something like you make that bet and you have to sleep in it. Like you have to, no matter what. Like you have no other options but to sleep in that bed that you made for yourself. So it's like You just kind of gotta know what you're doing before you just go out and start doing shit.
It's an opportunity for you to show your young audience who you really are. Can you live up to that level that they're trying to bring you to, the seriousness that you want to convey to people, and what you are going to do with your independent media platform.
Also, another thing, bro. I don't think streamers think I don't think niggas think they are enough. Like because that whole the whole fallacy of oh, I need to become bigger. I need people to see me like this, bro. I don't think niggas understand how much of an influence how much of influence you have on somebody. If they're just putting their eyes on you and their full attention on you for hours and hours and hours, they'll start to say the things that you say, and at some point they'll start believing the things you believe. At some point they'll it's literally just like I don't think streamers understand how important they are. Well, I don't think we understand how important we are, bro. Even though I have a small platform, I have a platform nonetheless, and my words could definitely affect somebody. So I know my power, but I feel like other streamers don't be knowing, and that's why sometimes they feel the need to do certain things with different types of people and different, groups of people. I suppose.
Creators and audience people criticize the mainstream media because they don't take things seriously enough, or they are not objective, etc., etc. But Adin Ross understood the severity and level of this platform that he has.
August 5th, which is next Monday, I have a stream with the President Donald Trump. We've been working on this for weeks, months. It's officially locked in. We will have a live
crazy.
stream
Did y'all watch
President
that?
Donald Trump. This could be by far
I ain't
one of the most
watching.
important streams I've ever done in my life.
And with knowing the potential gravity of this situation, I mean, literally, you could swing votes here. Adin Ross would take this seriously, right? He's going to ask questions, give pushback, get him to talk about pressing issues and pressing matters, you would think, right?
And then as soon as the other half of the stream, you're going to notice it's going to switch to straight fun stuff. You're going to see a bunch of different segments that him and I planned. We're going to react.
That's another thing, bro. It's like when you're dealing with politics, everything matters, gang. Everything matters. The words that you choose to say matter, because people will receive shit the way people receive shit, bro, is very a lot of stuff can get lost in translation. You feel me? So you have to say things very clear cut. You gotta know what you're talking about, and you gotta be on it, because you might sway niggas to feel like, oh shit, I hate Trump, or you might sway niggas to be like, oh, I love Trump. Now Trump's winning the election, and what does Trump winning the election lead to? Oh, at least it is that and the third. Now, maybe that doesn't affect you directly, but maybe it affects the people around you, or maybe it affects, you gotta think of how your words affect everything, the whole environment as a whole, especially on something that's large of a scale.
It's straight fun stuff, straight cracking jokes, straight normal stuff, bringing out the fun in President Trump. That's the whole goal I envision.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You see, I would love to even get him to hop on Monkey with me. I would love to. I'm gonna actually bring that up tonight. I didn't even think about that. I have a friend who's currently being treated unfair by her. He's a rapper named Young Thug.
Yeah.
And I was just.
I heard that. Actually.
Yeah. I just was wondering if there's a way that we can make sure he gets treated fair. That's all.
So I've heard about him.
Really hard-hitting journalism right there. Now look, I don't have a problem with Adin Ross playing silly games or somewhat humanizing Donald Trump. I do, but I don't have a problem with that if he were to ask the real questions and if he was to have a real interview. If he gave real criticisms, got real stories, gave pushback, all that stuff like that, then I believe that this would be an okay thing. But I remember consuming the interview, and to be quite honest with you, he pulled numbers. 560,000 views. He gave him a Rolex. He gave him a Tesla, a Cybertruck that was wrapped, and he asked him lightweight questions, let him get his rhetoric off, and then played a game of say one word about this person. Hey, the reason why I'm so critical on these content creators is because they don't understand
that's a shaky job, bro.
That interview that Trump did
I was just saying
Ross swung a lot of votes. It played a very pivotal role in the election. Same thing with the Andrew Schultz and the Joe Rogan podcast interview that he had. Trump even acknowledges these things.
So I have a son who's very smart and tall, Barron. He knows all about you. He knows about guys I never heard of. He said, Dad, you don't know how big they are. They're big. Tell me how big. I said, who the hell is he? Like Ross. I did. He said, Dad, he's a great guy. I mean, guys that are doing, it's a whole new world out there.
It's a different world. And
but, I'm on TikTok now.
Congratulations.
And I've done really well. No, but the crazy, have you seen the numbers? Billions of hits. It's crazy.
I'm sure. TikTok's a wild application.
And I've gone up.
Oh yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
A Republican.
once niggas realize how much like influence they really breathing into these politicians, niggas gonna start to pull back. I swear to you, we gonna notice a recession and the amount of politics and all that, bro. I don't know, that was a bad idea by Adin. I don't know why on God's green earth he would ever bring Trump on stream. Like, no offense to Trump. I mean, I don't necessarily fuck with the nigga, but feel me?
It is always down 30 with young people.
Trump is my best moment. The fact that I even if it's at 0.01%, Alex, the fact that I had a little bit to do with the election is crazy. And the fact that I got the president on a live stream. Nobody's done it live. Nobody. I was the first one to do it live.
You have influence, but you need to use it wisely. And this is the problem that I have with Adin Ross, the Nelk Boys, and other content creators of the likes. Yeah, it's cool that you have the power to literally sway an election. That's perfectly fine and dandy. I would question and ask, have you done your due diligence on these parties? Or do these parties know about you, know about the influence that you have, and are using you to be manipulated? I think the question is quite clear. Less than a year later, Adin Ross is already backtracking on some of his stances on Donald Trump, which would seem to be marking, to me, the start of another situation in which Adin Ross allowed somebody to come on his live stream, manipulate him to get to his massive audience,
Play McCarty all over
push
again.
their rhetoric, and get their shit off. You know, kind of like how Dave Banks and the Crypto Bros did when they came on his platform to push big crypto, like how some of the rappers do. They used his platform, manipulated him, and then ran off with the bag. Donald Trump will be no different.
McCarty made 2
M's. Adin Ross backtracking on some of his stances.
You know, I love Trump, but he did say no new wars, and I don't fuck with that. So we gotta, no real shit. We need world peace in the world.
Why don't you switch up one?
Listen, man, I would love to talk about that in person. I think I'm gonna make a
I'll set it up.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
This year. White House stream is still this year, but I don't know. I would love for it to happen. I got invited within the next couple weeks to go to the White House and stream, but like, bro, I don't fucking know, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like, I actually don't know, like, if I want to even. I just don't want to be in that politics shit at all, bro. But like, it's such an honor to go to the White House.
But the thing is, like, is he doing it for the right reason? Like, is he choosing not to for the right reason? Now, of course, right and wrong could be like perceived in any kind of way depending on like who you're asking. But like, is he, from a moral standpoint, is he not going for the right reasons? Is he not going because he doesn't like want to, like, he's done with that, like he doesn't feel comfortable with that. He's learned more and he acknowledges the fact that he was wrong in some of, you know, his earlier, you know, actions and comments and statements and agreements with Trump, or B, he just wants to win over a larger demographic of people by backtracking and taking himself out of the political sphere. We don't know.
Oh fuck, bro. I'm gonna wait.
We don't know.
See a pattern developing with Adin Ross. One where he meets a guy who he idolizes, looks up to, gets really, really enamored with, platforms him to his young and impressionable audience, and then after learning more about them, or maybe promises not fulfilled, or I don't know, seeing a different perspective, he decides to backtrack on some of those stances. You remember his whole Andrew Tate saga that he went through a couple years ago?
I am
Andrew, you know you actually helped me stop masturbating? Because every time that I would masturbate, I would think of you. And I'd be like, nah, this is not right. I'm gonna stop. What the fuck? I said I'm gonna stop doing this shit now. No, for real, you put it in my brain. Nah, I haven't done it in months. Swear to God.
Andrew Tate went as far as to putting Adin Ross on his visitation list when he was confined to prison. Now, naturally, because Adin Ross seems to be a follower, he decided to embrace this guy heavily. Went on to different platforms and podcasts to endorse him while having a shaved head to show solidarity or support or trust when it comes to...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. At what point do we look at it as dick
Have you
ride?
been in contact
That
with
nigga was
anyone
dick ride.
on that side or anything since the fucking arrest went down?
Nah, man, I haven't. And, you know, it's crazy what's going on right now. I spoke on a Twitter space about it. This is where I'm at on it, man. You know, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I am. Tate, everyone, I know you guys have met him too. I'm gonna let you guys speak on your experience meeting him. When I met him, bro, he took me in open arms, me and my whole entire crew, like literally all of us. And we would talk like basically off camera for hours and hours and hours about real shit, just real motivational life shit.
That's the thing, bro. I think Adin is so like, how old is Adin, bro? How old is Adin Ross? Adin Ross age. He's 24, Jack. Adin is 24. Yo, Adin is so young. So young. And he's been streaming for a while now. So he's very impressionable. I think he's just getting the wrong, like, I think he just gravitates towards whatever's popping. Trump, very popular. We all know how hard these right-wing niggas ride for him. We know that it's the same thing for Andrew Tate. You feel me? Like how the things that he says and some of the misogynistic comments resonate well with a lot of people in America, especially because there's a lot of weird shit going on in America. You know what I'm saying? That's been like preached and passed down. But I think Adin is just falling into like the wrong hands. Like, of course he's a grown ass man, but I just think he just, you feel me? He going into the wrong things, which he don't necessarily need to. Like, you're Adin Ross, gang. You built this shit without having to do all of those things. You still don't have to do all of those things. Niggas will like it when you go back to sitting on Zia's lap. Like, niggas still would enjoy that. Nah, not saying that you want to do that, but you feel me? Like, you don't have to get into the politics. You don't have to get into, you know, things that you may not even agree with simply for numbers or simply for a different demographic of people to watch you.
And he's just, like I said, bro, to me, to anyone who's personally met him, I've never heard someone say anything bad about him. He's just very genuine.
Aiden is a young, impressionable dude.
Yo,
I think a lot of
just
young
said this.
dudes
That
are
shit crazy.
impressionable. This will be no different than, you know, the young guy who graduates high school, doesn't know what he wants to do, and pursues the rapper career or the singer career or the basketball player career because they're idolizing LeBron James, Drake, or Morgan Wallen. He goes to the extremes. He does cut his hair, does the push-ups and all this other stuff. But the difference is that Adin Ross platforms individuals, and Adin Ross has one of the biggest platforms for youth in America.
Facts.
It's just that simple.
Adin Ross, he up there with Kai, bro.
He looks at surface level things, and these people know that. That's why they are able to infiltrate his place in his space, even though they don't necessarily respect Adin Ross. And that same Andrew Tate saga, Adin Ross was disrespected 50,000 times, straight up to his face, to be honest with you.
Facts.
He's afraid, he's a coward. What else can you do but be a clown? And how do you be a clown? What do clowns do? They self-depreciate for your entertainment. They make a fool of themselves so you laugh. So why is he back on lean? For views, I guess. He may not even realize that himself. He's back on lean so he has something to talk about on his fucking stupid show.
Don't trust your little fucking finger, little stubby fingers. You're trying to slip a note away. Give me it. Accountant. No, it's not that I don't trust you. I just don't trust you.
Why do you not trust me? There must be a specific reason about me.
See, that's the thing. You can tell when a nigga being used, gang. It's like, bro, you can see how Adin. Okay, so let's say it's like a young sibling and an older sibling kind of thing. Not exactly, but I break it down like this. As a younger sibling, we all know, bro. Your sibling invites you in, or like you want to hang out with your sibling, and like, no. The one time they let you in there, it's because they want something from you, or it's because they want you to do something for them. You hang out, they be like, yo, can you clean the bathroom for me? You look them in their eyes, you smiling, y'all just had a good time hanging out. So you say, yeah, you're being used. You're being manipulated. Because as soon as you close that door and leave that room, they're like, oh my fucking God, finally I don't got to deal with this annoying ass little brother no more. Feel me? That's what niggas be on. And niggas don't even be peeping. And I know that's probably a bad analogy, but if you get it, you get it. You get it, you get it. Facts.
I like Adin, but he's a perfect example. He is a perfect example of why you can't get people money early. Well, look at him. He's a kid. He doesn't do any real work. He sits on streaming websites, fucking gambling, a dumbass. Keeps getting going on and off drugs. And just being an idiot. Falling in love with whores, breaking up, and going on and off drugs, getting fat, putting on loads of weight. Like, the guy's, he's too young to get rich. You can't give a kid a $50 million streaming contract. He's too young to get rich. You can't give a kid...
It's fucking predator. I can't, bro. I don't care. You're pissed. I don't care. I'm siding with Sneeko, bro. I don't care.
Which brings us back to the Trump conversation. Adin Ross is now seemingly backing away from his support
crazy,
of Donald
chat.
Trump for a plethora of reasons, but I would
Shit
honestly say that Adin Ross never knew anything about Donald Trump to give him his endorsement in the first place. It was just a cool thing to do. It was a cool thing to say, to be anti. It got you a certain group of friends, and because you are rich, it's not ultimately going to affect you. But there are real life consequences and actions to the things that you do say and support and empower on your platforms and channels. And Adin Ross took that very lightly. He often takes it very lightly. I can remember when he sat down with Your Rage Gaming and literally talked about why he supports Donald Trump, and it was
give me 3 reasons why Trump is better than Biden. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know if you're actually talking and you're not just a bot repeating
First of all, what happened with abortion is ridiculous. You should not be able to tell a woman what to do with her body. That's first of all. That's a woman's body.
You think
Yeah, why are we doing this right now on the screen?
You're so brain dead. You're so brain dead.
Okay.
Wait, you think Biden was the one that wanted abortion to be... That's what you think?
He's a president.
That's how that works?
He's a president. He can, you know what I'm saying? He can not ban it. What do you mean?
All right, bro.
What does a fascist mean? It means you are a far right authorization on ultra-analytic. Oh my God, analyst, political ideology movement characterized by.
That shit says ultra nationalist, political ideology and movement characterized by a dictatorial leader, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition. So basically, Charlie Kirk.
Dictator leadership, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition.
He literally should not be allowed to talk to these people. I don't even know why he can't see
I
it.
fuck with Adin though.
Adin Ross and others live a life that is carefree and consequence-free. They are allowed to ride waves because they are ultra-rich. They can say things, skew narratives, not ask real questions, not do any deep thought on anything, hell, not even lightweight thought on anything, and push whatever they want to without consequence, because at the end of the day, once they need to, they can pivot, they can switch. They have a young audience who follows them lock and step, and that may be fault of them, I can acknowledge that, but they have a young audience and they have a responsibility with that young audience, but they use it very recklessly. And those young kids are left holding the bags. Those are the ones who are left with dirt on their hands, going out there saying these disgusting things, and are actually having consequences.
Yo, it's really little niggas out here who think like, and me personally, I don't believe I know what right from wrong is, like 100%. Like when it comes to politics, I don't think I 100% know what the fuck right from wrong is, gang. I'm still learning. But it's niggas that are dead ass be like, no, you're wrong. Da 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 da, such and such and such and such is right. Niggas don't even be knowing what the fuck they be getting themselves into, gang. Like, yo, this shit crazy, bro. Like, niggas be too quick to just jump on what the next nigga saying, or like, you feel me? It's like, bro, when we gonna grow a mind of our own and really go out and search for what we believe is right and wrong, like our natural morals from what our parents taught us, gang. And let's say your parents passed down those beliefs, then fuck it, you gotta break the mold, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it a buck, because there's some things that are just not right at all. There's some things that are just not right, in my personal opinion.
Actions based off of what's been done.
What did you say? Fuck the woman, fuck the woman. What? No, wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays is bad. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
mind you, these little niggas was not playing, chat. They was not playing, bro.
As I'm making this video, Rolling Stone put out an article saying that prominent influencers, including Theo Von, Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, are starting to distance themselves from the president. Now, these are people who helped put Donald Trump in office, put this person in power. But now, less than a year later, they are now walking back on these sentiments. The worst part about it is, it's not like they're not hearing anything new or anything that wasn't available to them back then. Theo Von is backing off of Donald Trump based off of his stances on immigration because his father was an immigrant. Well, Theo, when he came on your...
This is what I mean by niggas don't, like, niggas just talk without thinking of what directly affects or could have affected somebody in their life. Like, there's this nigga that I was talking to at school about, you know, the Charlie Kirk situation. I just wanted to pick the nigga brain. The nigga like, yeah, bro, I don't believe immigrants should be allowed in the country. Mind you, the nigga's Hispanic. So I'm like, yo, bro, like that could directly affect you. Or somebody that you deeply care about. He's like, no. He didn't even factor in. Or he also said that the thought that like gun laws and keeping gun laws exactly how they are right now, he thought that was okay because he's never lost a family member to gun violence. And he doesn't think it's possible. But until your family member gets shot and they die and you know what that feeling is like, you're still gonna be naive, gang. You're never gonna understand because niggas are one-track minded. They're not open-minded, bro. A mind of progression is the only way niggas not gonna die. Facts.
Platform, he was still the same way about immigration. Like, I don't know. Joe Rogan is also mad on Trump's stance on immigration. And Andrew Schultz is saying that he voted for none of this. Look, ultimately, it's not that I have a problem with these people using their power and influence to get whoever they want to be elected or empowered or platformed or whatever the case may be. But there's a couple things to note when it comes with this. One, you can't be mad when people criticize you and align you with those sorts of people. I think that it's very nasty to act like hanging around a KKK member shouldn't have you be tied to KKK values. Like, I think that that's a weird ideology in your mind. Two, don't act stupid as if you didn't know these things before. I don't understand why these people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes and act as if they didn't know what Trump was saying or any other politician or whoever else was saying.
They just needed that demographic,
it's not
bro.
Something different. It's the thing that's maintained the same. Three, these people are using you. They know that you are so stupid. I made a video about the Nelk Boys not too long ago in this exact same situation. The Nelk Boys had Israel's prime minister on their platform, and it was so crazy to me that they had him on there because I knew that they lacked the depth of having somebody of that caliber on their platform. They weren't equipped.
My question is, how the fuck did they get the prime minister of Israel on their stream? These niggas man had to pull some crazy strings. How the fuck did they get the prime minister of Israel? Is the prime minister just easy access to everybody? It be some shit that be frying me, gang. Like, come on, it gotta be something I don't know about. It gotta be. It gotta be.
The narrative that the prime minister was trying to push, and openly, admittedly so, in their follow-up sit-downs, they had no clue what they were talking about and just took cue cards from other people.
So we walked in, and there was just like 20 people in suits there.
Yeah.
The setup was already there. Both flags. We couldn't touch anything or move anything.
And they don't give you any restrictions like don't ask this.
I'll be honest. They gave us a paper with questions to ask, but they also said they kind of they gave us a script to ask, but we didn't really follow it. Yeah. We tried our very best to ask some questions.
I'm just telling you, this was like part of a much bigger propaganda effort, right? And a country that spends $150 million on its image, they are covering something. When they spread all of this propaganda, it's like, we're not starving people in Gaza. You understand that this conversation has been happening for 2 years. You need to stop infantilizing yourself. It's like, we're just stupid people doing stupid stuff. You're 30 years old and you need to be aware of what's happening in the world and that your reach and your platform means something. And it affects people. And I think the biggest reason why people were so upset for you.
Yo, this nigga is nodding his head thinking like, damn, this check for they crazy. Y'all already know this video for nigga bonkers, gang. Ooh, wee. This nigga know he finna be up a smooth 10K off this video. He finna go spend money at the club. I'm seeing it, gang. I'm seeing it.
It is the talking point that he used is the same talking points that have been used for 2 years to kill thousands of people.
It's time for us to start holding these streamers accountable and these content creators feet to the fire. You don't just get to discard these things when they no longer suit you. And for a long time, we've let influencers and content creators get off this same tired-ass gimmick, but it's not gonna fly anymore. I've heard a lot of people use the excuse that, can't you see, Adin Ross is only doing this because he's seeing what's happening to people like Kirk that go out in public and speak. I don't think that anybody in their right mind is thinking that what happened to Charlie Kirk is going to happen to Adin Ross.
Yeah, I don't think nobody's thinking that either.
Politics. I don't think that people even attribute Adin Ross to politics heavily. I think that this is just another one of those situations in which Adin Ross got manipulated and is now using that as some sort of bail or scapegoat in order to get out of the responsibility that he has for the actions that he did. Platforming, but vet him.
So like bro said, you're 30 years old. Stop blaming, like stop acting stupid and blaming your stupid actions on you being stupid. You need to take accountability. Because at some point it's like, okay, did you let them take advantage? And at that point, it's not them taking advantage. You know.